Third day of my trek, or beginning of the third day, and the end of the second. That's the way I like to look at it. Once I pack up and I get moving, that's the beginning of the next day. So I'm about to get all this packed up here in a little bit, but first I'm gonna have some coffee and some oatmeal just to have some nice breakfast going. And then after that, probably gonna start heading over here to the park. I'm not sure how far I am from it, but I think it's about 16 miles. So I don't know if I'm on the same road or if I have another road to get to or how that's going. But boy, what a great day yesterday was, man. Let me do a little recap on that. So I left Bonnie Claire and went to Goldfield and ended up at the I don't want to mess this up, International Car Forest of the Last Church. Ooh, I got it right that time. Yeah, so I went there and I spent quite a lot of time there. Actually, maybe a little too much time there. My plan was to get to the hardware store at Tonopah before it closed, but unfortunately, being a small town and a privately owned business, he has every right to do this, but they closed at like noon, and I got there about 3. So I had a lot of running around to do. I went to the same grocery store like 3 times. I'm pretty sure all the people recognized me. I wonder, why does this guy keep coming back? Why didn't he get everything at once? But it was a little crazy. So anyways, I left Tonopah. Excuse me. I went to where the old wooden hangars that I wanted to see, and come to find out it's on private property, so I didn't want to camp there just in case, I didn't want to, in the middle of the night, have to move. So I ended up leaving Tonopah, and I thought, well, just go a little bit north of Tonopah. No, man, I had to drive like damn near 100 miles north of Tonopah to find a campsite. Everywhere I was going, we just had property lines, but I could not pull off anywhere. And if I were to pull off on the side of the road, last thing I want to do is, sleep anywhere where, my dog could get hit by a car. So I was very careful about that. Speaking of that, Maeve, come. Yeah, once I start doing these videos, she thinks that she can, it gives her the permission to, wander off and go over and do whatever the hell she wants, but she's on her way back now. But anyways, I'm looking forward to today. I really want to check out Berlin. It's supposed to be one of the nicest, one of the most well-kept ghost towns in the state, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then I'm going to leave there and go to Fort Churchill, hopefully. And then from Fort Churchill, we're going to head to Fallon and check into my Navy Gateway Inn and Suite. So I can stay the night there, recoup. Hopefully I'll be able to get some laundry done and definitely take a shower. Spent 2 days on the road, so I'm ready for a good shower. But anyways, let me get moving here. Let me get my coffee and a little breakfast, and we'll start the day. Coffee. I just finished up my breakfast here, and I think that's my favorite part of camping, is waking up in the morning and having a nice cup of coffee and just being able to see the terrain around me. You know what I'm saying? It's just beautiful out here. It's pretty cool. I can't complain about it. I'm up high. I think I'm around a little over 6,000 feet. That's kind of nice, and I'm in a totally different desert than I'm used to. I'm no longer the Mojave. I'm definitely in the basins now. But it's a totally different look. A lot more like shrubbery kind of stuff. I saw some Joshua trees earlier. I'm not sure if they were Joshua, and if they are, it's kind of weird. I wonder if that's still Mojave or not, because I don't. That was back near Tonopah. I'm pretty far from that now. So, but anyways. It was quite a trip getting here last night, man. I was driving, just looking for a place, watching the sun go down. I'm like, oh shit, man, wherever I go, it's gonna be night. And it sure shit was when I got here. But again, it wasn't that bad. I mean, with the lights and all, it's just perfect. But Man, it sure is beautiful out here, and there's like fucking no one out here. I'm digging this. Well, anyways, happy Independence Day. It is the 4th of July, 2026, 250 years of the United States of America. Whether you like it or not, let me say this. You can really do a good job of, if you want to hate the country, watch the media. If you want to fall in love with it, take a road trip. Go see America, man. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country. I'm off my soapbox now. I'm going to finish up this coffee and get going. But just remember that if you want to hate this country, watch the media. If you want to love it, take a road trip. Okay, so looks like we're ready to go. We're starting day. Hey, Rob, Florida Man in Exile. This is day 3 of the 250th 4th of July road trip extravaganza. Maeve and I have been on the road for 3 days. Or this is our 3rd day. We've had our first night, we stayed at Bonnie Claire. Our second night, we stayed over here near, I forget what this is called. I think it's near Gib or some shit like that. But we're pretty close to Berlin. And tonight we'll be in Fallon. So right now it looks like Maeve is trying really hard to get out the front. Oh, geez, she's really trying to get out the front door, it looks like. But I don't know why. But this is how she gives me love, too. She is just leaning on me. Oh, what a great dog. Hey, Maeve, say hello to the world. All right, give me kisses. You're a good girl. All right. Anyways, we are about to start getting on the road here. About 15 miles, we should be at our destination. So let's go see what that looks like. I'm really excited for this. Berlin's supposed to be a really, really well-kept ghost town that is also a state park, and they found a lot of Ichthyosaurus out there too. So if that's open, we'll go check it out too. So we'll look at the fossils, and we'll go to Berlin, of course. But that's the main destination. But I guess Maeve is definitely ready to get going here, so we're gonna get going. Time to get moving again. It's the 250th 4th of July road trip extravaganza, part 3. It's the 3rd day. We are moving toward Berlin, ghost town. Alright, Berlin was founded after a profitable gold strike in the Berlin Canyon. At Berlin's peak, the 250 residents, including miners, families, merchants, and professionals. Please like, subscribe, get notifications, and share. The mine's production was estimated about $849,000 worth of gold when the gold sold for about $20 per ounce. Berlin is one of Nevada's best preserved ghost towns because few people return to salvage the buildings. There are more than 80 interpretive signs explaining the town's history and mining operations. Today, Berlin is considered one of Nevada's premier historic attractions, combining mining history, ghost town exploration, and a world-class paleontology in one destination. Rob, Florida Man in Exile. I've made it out to Berlin, and this is definitely an adventure to get to, number one. And number two, it is just unreal the condition this stuff is in. I haven't even looked around yet. I just got out of the truck. And we're about to explore this whole place because this looks like way too cool. So, this is day 3. She got something on her nose. So this is day 3 of the 250th 4th of July road trip extravaganza. And here we are at Berlin. And this does not disappoint at all. I mean, look at that. Just behind me here, I'm going to just do a quick pan. Look at this. Crazy, huh? Yeah, I'm excited. So, I'm going to walk this way. We're going to start at this big mill. We're going to work our way around, and then we're trying to work our way around all the structures here, because They are in great shape. Looks like they might still take care of stuff out here and keeping it within like the era. But it looks really good so far, so we're about to take a good look at it here. Alright, so this is the first stop we're making. We'll come over here and take a look. New stuff in there, but whatever. I mean, it's a state park, so they're gonna definitely try and take care of it the best they can. Go ahead and pause for this if you want to read it. Alright. Anyways, like we can go in it, but that's okay. I don't need to. Look at this. Let's just go there. Look at that. Amazing. Amazing. Great ship. Come on, Maeve. Come on, Maeve. Here we go. Feel free to pause this as well and zoom in. Okay. And so you get an idea of how high up we are. Look at this valley here. Start with this. Alright, there's a little mountain there, tip of it. And then look at that. And that's the road I came in on, and I was way over on the other side of the mountains camping last night. Those are new structures before I think park people that work here. But yeah, what a cool place this is. I'm really excited. Let's go check out the next spot. Oh, that's pretty cool. We got fire hose ready to start spraying down anything if it gets out of control here. It looks like you got one. You can get this structure here for sure. This side of that structure. And if I remember correctly, I saw another one on the other side that was like this too. So that's good. It's good to know they're definitely trying to preserve this. Save it if they can. But you can see that has a new roof on it. But whatever, it's pretty cool. Look at this old truck here. This has been pictured many times. I don't think it used to have that barbed wire around it. But man, look at that. As Maeve and I were walking around, three little puppy dogs here, I don't know what kind of dogs they are, but they showed up, and boy, were they after Maeve. It's funny though, because two females and a male, the two females ran away, and the male decided that he was going to stick around because Maeve is on her cycle, so he was trying to get him some love. This damn dog over here won't leave Maeve alone because she's on her cycle. Maybe this dog is finally going to head home. Whoever owns it, but anyways, there was three of them. Obviously, the other two were female, and then this guy's like, oh, I'm going to fuck this dog. Anyways, I don't know if you hear Maeve in the background. She's barking up a storm. There's a little little runt dog out here. Probably has balls fucking the size of boulders. Because although Maeve is definitely on her cycle, he's trying to get some, and I can't allow that, obviously. So there's that. Anyways, I had to put her in the truck so I could get some more shots around here. I want the forest people to come at me about her being in the truck, though. And then I can ask why this dog's running around here not on a leash. Because that's out of control. But I'll keep her in there. Truck's on, AC's on. She's just unhappy. Even after Maeve was in the truck, this little guy just wouldn't stop following me. He was like trying to court me to get to Maeve. I felt like he was trying to be a good guy for, you know, that he wanted to be with my daughter or some shit. Once we got back on the road, we were looking to go to Fort Churchill, but it looked like it would have been a much further drive for me to go back around. And I wasn't super low on gas, but at the same time, I didn't want to put myself in a position not to be able to get gas because I had to go completely around a different way in order to get to Fort Churchill. So I just decided to drive up to 50 and then take the 50 to Fallon and get ready to stay in a hotel room, because after 2 nights camping, I was definitely ready to take a nice shower and make sure that I was able to fix my tent with some tape. Right here's the turn that we took to get me to NAS Fallon. On the left-hand side here, that perimeter gate is the base. Well, I made it to Naval Air Station Fallon. I'm in my room right now, and I think I'll give you a little tour of it. Now, granted, I've already have a bunch of my stuff all over the place around here. I am relaxing after the last 2 nights of camping. So it's a little loud in here too. The AC is very loud, and there's no thermostat, so it's all, the whole barracks have the same AC going. But it's nice and cool in here. I can't complain. It's like 96 or 97 degrees outside, so it's pretty good. So anyways, I'm gonna give you a little walking tour here as if we just walked in the front door. All right, just if we walk right in the front door here, it's a little living area. It's funny, they put the refrigerator over here. I think they used to have it over here, but I think it was probably just in the way for walking. I got a little kitchenette. I cooked a couple hamburgers already, washed my stuff. There's all my hamburger stuff there. There's all the nice little accoutrements, Good Morning America shit. And here's the bedroom. We have a big bed here. I think it's a king-size bed. And then, of course, the bathroom, which I've already taken a shower and all that stuff. So yeah, it's great little rooms, man. I love being a part of this club in order to have this. But it's nice to have all this for like $100 a night. It's really not that bad. And outside is the other barracks out here. So yeah, not too bad. But it's definitely cozy enough for what I need it to be, I'll tell you that. And then Maeve is just so happy to be inside too, I think. But yeah, cool, man. It's a good little place to take a little recovery before I go back on the road. Hey, what's up? It's Florida Man in Exile, and it is a cloudy, humid day in Fallon, Nevada. I made it here yesterday, and I stayed the night. I had a full rest because I definitely needed it. But here we are, and that is a FA-18 Hornet behind me, not a Super Hornet. And the way you can tell is by the intake. If you look at that intake right there, it's oval, so that's an F-18. FA-18. And Super Hornet has rectangular diamond intakes. But anyways, we're going to walk around here and take a look at all these wonderful airplanes because there's a lot of them and there's a lot of history here. So let's take a look at it while we're out here in Fallon, Nevada. NAS Fallon. Right behind me we have a F-14 Tomcat. This one was on the USS Ranger. And again, this pretty old plane. This plane was definitely here in Fallon, especially they had squadrons out here that time. But at the time of the movie Top Gun, the training for Top Gun was done in Miramar. Now it's done here in Fallon, but this was the plane that made the Top Gun famous, and Tom Cruise as well. Behind me here we have a A-6 Intruder, which was a Vietnam era attack bomber. And there's a great movie called Flight of the Intruder. I believe it was a book as well. But if you get a chance to watch, it's good stuff. Now, here's something that's kind of crazy. Is right here is a A-6. Now, right behind me here is the EA-6B, which is an electronic jamming aircraft. If you look at the cockpit area, you see the two windows. You had 4 crew members on this aircraft, and you can kind of see the tint in the window, but the windows, the canopy there were coated with gold, so it would keep the electronics from getting fried from its own jamming software, whatever the hell it does, from its own jamming. But if you look at this one, there's only the cockpit, so there's the difference there. And there's obviously some other differences, but this one here was also on the Ranger, and this EA-6B was on the George Washington. I'm sorry, the George H. Bush, the Herbert Bush. The Bush. Sailors love Bush. So here's the first of the MiGs. This is a MiG-23 Flogger. That's what it says here. Yeah, here's a MiG-23 Flogger. There's many MiGs here because they do a lot of they used to do a lot of training with the old planes. See right there. But this was used to train against our pilots, so they would know what it's like to go up against a MiG. And there's a lot of MiGs out here, so we're going to take a look at probably all of them. And it's pretty cool the amount of static aircraft there is in this little museum here. We're going to keep on walking through it. Here's a MiG-29 Fulcrum. Again, this was used to train our pilots against MiG, so they would know what the plane, how it reacted, how it flew compared to ARC aircraft. So it's pretty cool stuff, man. There's a lot of these MiGs out here. We're going to get all of them, and then we'll get back to our planes again. But yeah, pretty cool this is still here, or that they have this here. We have a lot of this down in Ellis too. They did a lot of Air Force training with MiGs down there. But this is the Navy's version of that, so it's pretty cool. Now, this is one of the older MiGs. This is a MiG-17. So this is pretty old. I mean, it's probably 50s technology, so it's cool that we were able to get this and use that to train against. So again, it's kind of cool about this base. That's what it's for, is for training. Here's a MiG-15. And again, this is 50s era, so if we had this aircraft that long, man, we've been training against the Russian and aircraft for a very, very long time. And it's probably why it's given the U.S. a lot of the edge up that it has had in the past. But pretty cool stuff. I guess we will move on to the last MiG, and then our fake MiG. Or two fake MiGs, excuse me. But yeah, so this is, like I said, the MiG-15, and we're gonna move on. There's so many planes here, so it's really cool. And our final MiG of the day is the MiG-21 here, right there. And this is what this aircraft is what we were training against for a long time. This aircraft was probably one of the largest in numbers within the Russian Air Force, was the MiG-21. So it was sold a lot. It was definitely used in Vietnam. It was all over the place, but we definitely trained for this aircraft quite a bit, especially in the 60s and 70s. Cool little fact that they've been using this plane for 40 years. They were training with it at least. But yeah, cool stuff, man. This is a cool little park. I'm glad I was able to come out here and see it. But this is the F-8 Crusader, and it has 4 20mm cannons. And this was the dogfighter. This was the last dogfighter, they would say, because it had the guns and it had the maneuverability to catch up behind things. The F-4 didn't have a cannon at first. It was all missiles, and it was going after that technology, just missiles. And come to find out, everything kind of needs a gun these days. Now, this little bird right here was my favorite airplane in Top Gun. I thought it was the coolest thing. Come to find out, it's not even supersonic. But the A4 Skyhawk is a cool little aircraft, and it's maneuverable and fast, but not as fast as the Tomcat or anything else. So it might have been kind of weird that it was training in that movie with it, but I don't know, maybe they used them for training, but it was definitely an attack aircraft, and they used it for quite a few years. But again, one of my favorite airplanes. I think it's such a cool looking plane. I like this one a lot. F-16 here, which is kind of a fun fact. People don't think of the F-16 being Navy, but there are a few F-16s that are Navy, and they're probably all on this base because they're used as, again, like because they're used as adversary aircraft. They mimic the MiG in a lot of ways, so they use this aircraft to mimic MiGs nowadays. So they use the F-16 a lot, and a lot of the old MiGs they don't use anymore because, you know, they're old and retired, and they have newer technology and on the newer ones, so it's probably why. But we still use this F-16 as a adversarial trainer. There's the F-4 Phantom right there, and it is one of the greatest aircraft to ever be in the military. It was used by all branches, and it was something that I've heard, I could be wrong, but they never got the top speed on this thing. It just kept going faster and faster. It's probably one of the most iconic aircraft of its era, with its little tilt in the wing right there. You see it going up, and its front end there, which had a camera, which I think they ended up putting a gun on this. I could be wrong, but I think they did. But damn, it's a sexy airplane, doesn't it? So that's the original Huey. It has, as you can see, 1 blade as opposed to 4, and it only has, come here, 1 engine right there as opposed to 2. Today's Huey that the Marine Corps uses has a lot of the same features as the Cobra as well. So it's pretty cool, man. This is a cool little bird. This is definitely used all through Vietnam. It was green, as you can see. Typically Navy does like a haze gray, but during Vietnam they were all green. Pretty cool stuff, huh? So here's an S3 Viking, and I actually used to work on these engines. I used to build those in Jacksonville, and I did that for about 2 years, and I was transferred over to the test cell for T-56s, which I knew a lot more about. But I did work on these for quite a bit, building them. It's quite a big engine. There's less things to deal with than a T-56 because there's no prop, no gearbox, no nothing. It's all just one big power section, so it's kind of not too hard to build, not too hard to put together as compared to like a T-56. But But cool little engine, man. I had a lot of fun doing that for as long as I did. It was pretty cool. But it's kind of cool to see them now, because most of these engines have been out of the Navy supply system, or in the Air Force supply system, because this is the same engine that is powered by the A-10 Warthog. All right, here we have the E-2 Hawkeye, and it is early warning and control aircraft with that big radome up here. It can see targets for many miles away, and it also helps facilitate air traffic around the aircraft carrier. These right here is a T-56 engine, but not the same one I worked on. The difference is that this one is flip-flopped. My intake would have been on the top and the air cooler on the bottom. It's the same prop, and this right here would have been fun to work on, I think, but it would have kept me on the ship, and I don't know if I would have dug that as much. But anyways, long story short, that's a T-56. I worked on engines similar to that. Well, after walking around here and checking out this park and understanding how awesome it is, and being able to see such rare aircraft, especially with all the MiGs, the one thing that I've noticed here, it has pretty much all the modern naval aircraft here, except for one. And I don't see a P3 here at all. Pretty funny, but yeah, this is all boat Navy shit. I don't know anything about that. I'm all fucking P3 Navy. So it's cool to always come to these kind of bases to me, because I get to see how the other half live. But damn, man, it would be nice to see a P3 here. I mean, really, it is the Navy too, right? Oh wait, maybe that's what you know what? Maybe that's what this big space right here is for. A big war pig P3 Orion. Makes sense. There's this huge space right there. Can you see it? I think you can. Yep, that's where the P3 goes, right there. Well, I'm finally getting out of Fallon. I'm heading my way toward Austin. Got a few stops in between there I'm going to try and hit. 2 other stops will stop on the way, I'm pretty sure. So anyways, my stand recently broke, so it's making it harder for me to do videos while I'm driving. Unfortunately, I friggin' monkey fucking Neanderthal and broke my phone. God damn it. But whatever. We're heading there now, heading out.